Hello and welcome back to Apostate Coalition. I am Ryan, and tonight on the worldly perspective, we're going to discuss a little bit of correlation between MLMs and cults because they have a lot in common, and we know because we came from a cult. So I'm going to pass it on over to my dear and beautiful friend, Dr. Time Waster. Hello, Dr. Time Waster. Good to see you tonight.
Hello, thank you. And did you like how I just assumed you were talking about me, even though there's two very wonderful other people here?
Well, that'd be funny. I was like, Dob Stopper.
I was like, obviously she's gonna talk about me. Thank you.
Oh, me. Yeah, it's like an award show when the person like starts to stand up and then they lose and like,
Zoolander.
Speaking of award show, it's like when my company was doing layoffs back when I had a job, and the person thought they was gonna be there because how they did it was like American Idol style. They brought us all into the conference room and they said, if your name is, I think it was either on or off on the PowerPoint, you can go back to your desk. So it was like this. It was like this. Then a reveal, and the person thought they was gonna not be fired, and they stood up, but then they had to sit back down.
Oops.
Embarrassing.
Yeah. Oopsies. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're here, you've probably been here before, so we probably don't really need to do many introductions. We're doing a worldly hangout of book study conglomerated into no books and us randomly talking about stuff. So it's just the Thursday night worldly hangout. So hang out.
That's right.
Dr. Time Waster, have some background in cults, as I think we all have a keen interest in the topic. So Dob Stopper, welcome again. Thanks for hanging out.
Always happy to be here.
Yeah. Tyler, thanks for hanging out.
I would much rather be worshiping Jehovah.
That's what
we can talk about that cult. I mean, that's not a cult.
Y'all too early now.
All right. Well, thanks for Ryan. Thanks for hosting yet again and making the cool artwork or stealing artwork from. No, I'm just kidding. We've been gifted many artworks as well from other people. So if you ever are bored and you don't want to actually listen to us talk, you can go back and look at all the different clip art for each of our videos. And
that fella right there.
Yeah. This feller and
this feller.
Oh
yeah, and that feller too.
In the right direction.
And that feller too. He's made us a few thumbnails too.
So yeah,
anyway, lots of help.
We're having fun. That's all that matters. So last week we kind of just brought up the topic of cults. I presented a definition, kind of a detailed definition of what a cult is. And then we discussed mostly MLMs, but then also randomly cults. So I think it was really hard to stay on topic of which one we were going to talk about because I think there are a lot of similarities and, we're pattern recognizing beings. So that's what we're doing. So I don't know if you guys want to real quick just show the slide of where kind of the meat of what we did last time, and then if we have a video available of an excellent MLM, and then we could watch it if available, and then
it's available. Check the private chat.
Oh, snap!
Oh, snap! 3 minutes.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Were you saying talk about what we talked about last? What did we talk about last time?
I don't know. Let's find out. Do you want to hit the share screen?
Yes, baby. Let's do it.
So this is the meat of it, basically. This was the definition that I had gotten from I forgot her name, Dr.
Janja Lalich.
Thank you, Janja Lalich. who studied cults, specifically high control groups, perhaps. I do not remember all of her credentials, but I did look into it, and I went down a rabbit hole. But anyways,
we talked about this last time.
This is what we talked about last time. Were you here? I'm pretty sure you were.
Was I here?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When I saw this slide, I was like, I don't remember ever seeing this.
They look like movies.
I could be using too much of a certain plant.
I remember some of the stuff y'all was saying, but I just don't remember looking.
I remember it. Don't worry, Dr. Time Waster. The person who forgets everything happens to remember this time.
It's fine. I'm glad I didn't put a lot of effort into it, is all I'm saying. So it's fine.
I did good.
Yes. So we have a really it's a definition that's trying to be clear of language that picks on any particular philosophy. It's if the shoe fits, then it's technically a foot, right? I don't know why that was so weird, but I'll figure it out later when I rewatch this. So, what we also were going to go over was the B.I.T.E model, which is not by this doctor, but Stephen Hassan has a book out, and we're going to kind of go through some of the meat of that, and what is the B.I.T E model, and why is it important in helping people in identifying, I guess, if you're in a cult or not, and then what are you supposed to do with that? What does it mean, right? But before we do that, since we've been talking about MLM so much as well.
Can I interrupt real quick?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
I'll be right back. I got to go deal with a kid.
Oh, okay.
Oh, snap.
Because last time we had been talking a lot about MLMs, and I think after we had that conversation last time, I'm now doubting how much I would consider it fitting these definitions of what a cult is. But I do think having this information helps us protect ourselves from other technically not cults, from still taking advantage of us, because I think that's something I know I'm very sensitive to. Is what I'm doing based off of anything that's out of reality, because I'm tired of getting taken advantage of. And I don't want to be. So I don't want to make the same mistake, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to fall for information that's just presented to me to make me feel good or feel better about my situation, when ultimately it's benefiting somebody else more than me. I don't know. But I find that's difficult for me to want to participate in. So, this might, not be the perfect example or definition of what an MLM is. Maybe an MLM isn't really a cult, but I still think it fits enough, and we could try and figure that out as we go through the details of the B.I.T E model, and we could kind of see, there it is. That's where they're linked, like that. There's the connection of why, because we have been talking about cults and MLMs interchangeably. I think we all accepted it last week. We're like, yep, MLMs are cults. But I'm doubting it now. But I just wanted to explain that out. Sorry. Any other thoughts you guys have about that? Did you think about it all?
No. What were you doubting when it came to like the similarities or differences or whatever?
Oh, just as I was kind of reading through the B.I.T E model and what their kind of definition of it is, and even just this one here. So a group or movement with a shared commitment for extreme ideology, and usually with a charismatic leader. Well, I think we could make an argument that does fit an MLM. The extreme ideology part is, I think, because they usually often have a charismatic leader, right? Or there's
Mhm.
always the guy at the top, right, making all the money.
Right.
So
Shouting loud at some kind of
This is all starting to
big.
come back to me now. I remember this conversation.
Yeah, okay.
you do
Okay.
remember, okay.
I feel like it's like a big TED Talk kind of moment where some guy is
Right.
shouting at you that you can do better. You just have to be better and think better and be more active and go for everything and don't take no for an answer. And
Father of the year is here.
hello, Daddy.
Success.
Shaming, and shaming.
All right, so what we talk about, guys?
You missed out on the cool stuff, but you know, just kidding.
Whatever.
No, I'm debating whether or not MLMs fit the definitions of a cult after our last conversation last week. Oh, and I can't see anyone's comments because I'm dumb. Hold on. Sorry, everybody.
You're not dumb. You are not dumb.
Hey.
Super smart people like to call themselves dumb all the time. That's what I call myself, and I like to think of myself as super smart. So that's why.
I'm so dumb.
What do you want?
What?
I'll talk to
Me?
the cat. Talk to the cat.
The cat wants you, Daddy.
That what you tell your husband?
My spinal cord.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's my fault. I'll fix that.
Uh,
I swear it's not gonna do like it did last time. I promise you that.
So what?
Y'all want to see my cash gifting video?
Yes, we do.
That's exactly
Well, I
what was
shared the
gonna bring
link,
up.
so
It's
I know.
in the chat.
oh,
No. I'm
Okay.
afraid my computer isn't going to play the sound because I messed something up.
all right. I got it. Hold on a second.
show you how to get some money.
So I don't know. You guys didn't tell me really whether or not you agreed or disagreed with my thoughts, but that's okay.
I
we
mean-
could watch this guy's MLM, this cash gifting thing, which is a wonderful MLM.
I was gonna say that I feel like MLMs are cult-like, but did we end up agreeing that they are completely a cult?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think we made like necessarily.
It all
I
depends.
mean,
on
they don't have. I think the only thing they don't have usually I don't. Well, maybe they do. I don't know. They don't have like a fear of hell or something like that, of death or divine retribution.
They got a fear of poverty.
But they do usually kind of intertwine
real
some kind of religion with it at times, which can make it difficult to withdraw. I don't know. We'd have to really go into that. I have friends who are so into that and who could tell us. All right. Do you want me to play this? I'm sorry. Hold on. Oh, there we go. See, look. You just got to tell me what to do, Tyler.
So Tyler, I don't know if you want to set this up at all. I can't remember what you showed this to me. So.
Oh, you want me to set it up?
Well, I mean,
okay.
you know
I
more
guess
about it than I do. You introduced this concept to me, so.
Stop making it seem like I tried to bait you into the scam.
You didn't try and
get
beat
you
me.
to
I
join.
asked you for help for this topic, and you obliged.
Actually, guys, this is actually part of my whole plan was to get this video up so I can get y'all involved into this.
This has been the long con.
Yeah,
it's the long con. That's the only reason he's ever came here in the beginning.
Well, this is gonna sell. This sealed the deal, man. Whatever it is, I want in.
The basis of how this operates is all you're doing is kind of just sending each other. You get your name on, you pay to get on the list, and people send you money. Hit play.
Okay.
Sounds great. Where do I sign up?
It's Mike here. Thanks for tuning into another video entitled Cash Gifting Programs, How to Make Thousands of Dollars Fast. Now, stay on the video. A little bit later, I'm going to tell you how to get a hold of this free 7-page guide. It's called the Warren Buffett Report.
He printed
and
that
this
at
will
home.
give you guys information, totally free to you guys,
We're
on
done.
this amazing opportunity
Anyone could write that.
that I'm involved in. Okay, so if you guys are looking
you
into
saw it
the
says
cash
Warren Buffett
gifting
report at the
program
top.
industry,
Yeah.
or you're scouring the internet looking
Special.
I
for a
doubt
way
Warren
to
Buffett
learn
knows
how to make
about
thousands
this.
of dollars fast, you can request this
It's just
guide.
a
I'll tell you
Word
how to get it
document.
in just a little bit. But before we go there,
Highlighted
guys, I'm
some
going
of
to
it
show
in yellow
you
too,
the
so
newest
you know it's
member
important.
aboard my team into this program. And this
Definitely
person's
important.
name is Kellen. So
We
Kellen, I've
could
already sent
cover it,
you
but then
your
later we're
information
going to
through
show
email,
it to
Yeah.
you.
template, and
Watch
the
what he
mailing
does.
list. And he is from the Chicago, Illinois area.
Oh, oops.
So I'm going to
Oops.
cover this up.
Here, did I cover it
And
enough?
right there's
Now
the
watch,
tracking
now
number.
watch
If you
out.
guys want to
Watch
go
the
to
effort he went to cover
USPS.com,
this up.
track
Oh,
that,
let me
and
get
you'll
my
see it
barcode
came from
again.
Chicago, Illinois. So welcome aboard the program, Kellen. And I'm going to open this up
Look, and now he just puts it right in your
live on
face.
camera. Show you guys the level he's choosing to participate. Now, if you
Oh.
choose to send it through the mail, cash, or money order, I recommend you put it in a magazine like this. Okay, so let's see what level he came in at.
What?
So we put it in the magazine, and we see here in
Innocent.
this magazine, I'll
Couldn't
cover up his
possibly be
personal information.
anything about
He's
that.
choosing to enroll at the $500 level.
And he's son.
That is actually level 1 for this program. All right.
What the?
So there you go. So right there, with just this enrollment, folks, is a $500 Saturday. Okay. So that is that. So
That is
basically,
that.
This,
if
how
you
much
guys can
longer is it?
mail a simple little
Oh, this
postcard in the
is-
mail, this is one way you can market
10
your
minutes,
or
I think.
advertise. I also have an internet marketing site you can tap
Should I
into if
speed
you
it
want to
up
learn
a
how to
little
market
bit?
on the
Yeah.
internet.
Speed it up a notch.
Okay, as well. So basically, if you can send a postcard, send people
A
to
little
a 9-minute video, you do get a website with this program,
Is that
and
okay?
you can track your leads.
A
You can
little
see
faster.
when people opt into
A little
your
faster. Okay.
website, or get this 7-page guide in people's hands, folks, through email,
Okay.
and let the 7-page guide do the work for you, or the postcard, or the 9-minute
Very
video
good for
on the
somebody
website,
like
so you don't
me.
have to self-convince and explain, twist people's arms. Just direct people to watch a video. Send
We're
people to
watching
a
an MLM.
short little 2-minute
We're
hotline I got set up
watching
on these postcards.
another
This
way.
isn't
thousands.
this isn't
Call people back on your
MLM, it's
behalf,
cash
so you don't even have to talk to your leads. I can do that for you. If you want me to close on your behalf, I
Here's
can.
all the ways that you can give us
Or,
your
you
money.
know,
We made it really
Use that
easy.
7-page guide.
Here's
So
all
right
the
there,
ways
with one
you
person,
can
folks,
give us money.
500 in one single day here on a Saturday. I've been with this program from the get-go. It's been around since
Level one's
October
$500.
2016. It is a little over 2 years now since this program's been out. What's great about it, it's not
We
saturated on the
haven't
internet.
been shut
It's
down.
not
have
saturated.
a call that is live every single Tuesday night. And when you request this report, you're going to get the call schedule, what number to
They
call, and
don't
what
talk
time.
about nothing.
So we have the live call. We also, if you missed the
Be
live
right
call
back.
in here,
See.
there will be a number for you to get on the recorded call. And I like to send people to the recorded call to get the information if they're not into websites. Sometimes, you know, when
starts
you do
going
postcard
into,
marketing
like,
or direct mail,
How you can
Dealing with trauma, I
specifically
understand,
Oh,
is
great.
daunting. It's one of the hardest things
Oh,
a
we see
human.
doesn't have the premium.
there's a lot of older people on these mailing lists.
Sorry, I
so
feel
if an older person
shame.
sees just a website only,
Shoot.
folks,
and
and they think they need a computer to do a program, they may just throw it in the mail, or
wait,
not throw it in
I
the mail,
didn't
throw it in the
realize.
trash, and think to themselves, well, if I need a computer to do this, I want to participate.
My
You know,
bad,
the older
y'all.
people grew up
Yeah,
in an era
thank
where
you.
there was no internet. Okay, so
It
if I like
doesn't
to
matter.
send,
It's
I like to
terrible
put
what he's saying anyway. You don't need
my
to read
hotline
any of it.
on this.
No,
Right?
screenshot
It's a
it.
short
You
little
want
2-minute
this. You
hotline.
need this. Call the
People need
number.
some simple information. So they call
SLW
in.
100. Write it
They have a phone
down.
number. That's time to call
We've
them.
written
Time zone
you
they're
in
in, and
all
ID number
caps.
of the
And then
postcard here.
all of the expense,
And when
the
they do, you can
important
call
part.
them up and send them to the recorded hotline, or send them to the website if they want, or email them this 7-page guide.
Look at that.
Or
Oh my
email
God.
them this
Email.
$500 to $3,500 over and over again, folks, with this amazing program that I'm in. So to get more free information, folks, what
It's
this
a
is
program.
a business. It is not a giving program for your
Your
information.
your
And I'll tell you that
program.
right here on the
You
first
heard the way
page,
he
right
said?
here in yellow. Okay, so what I'm asking you guys to join
It's
right
a
now.
business,
What
not
I'm
a
asking you to
gifting
do is
program.
request the information through email.
It's a business.
Look it over when you have time.
Yeah,
Don't be
in
in a
the
hurry.
yellow.
Write down all your questions. You can respond through.
Wait, should we try
Um,
to see what some of that
after you read over this,
says?
Yeah.
email me your
See if you can
questions.
pause it.
You can call. You can text
Hold
me.
on.
and
Hold
let-
on. Hold on. Give me a second.
We can pause it. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so bad. Like, this is where my
Hold
brain
on.
goes, nope, it has not passed the first barrier of my
Here, on the first page,
radar.
right here
And
in
then I
yellow.
just stopped watching it.
Okay, so Well, what I'm not asking you guys to join
I'm
right
sorry, it's
now. What
not
I'm
really
asking you to do is
clear.
request the information.
Oh.
What are we
Hold on, I
doing?
think I got it on my computer screen.
Entrepreneurs for whatever they want to use it for. For example, if you're a real estate agent and want extra cash flow for real,
That's
we
the
can
Warren
come
Buffett
together.
report.
Yeah.
What?
The yellow, what he said in yellow, it says, from what I can see, it says, he says, simple leverage worldwide is a business. We're not a gifted program, but a cash levering business.
Oh my God. Lord Jesus, help this man. Do people and he's got 6,000 subscribers.
Yeah, man. Program, because it's a business.
It's a business. I bet it is, Tom.
And this is a 5-year-old video.
All right. Well, that's
That we don't have to finish him up because that's just
okay.
no, because then he just starts talking about how like old people don't like email, so we've got a phone option for them, or you can have them mail their money this way, and yeah. Anyways, so
Also have a Cash App and Venmo. If you guys want to get there that way.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
so what level do you guys want to come in and let me know?
well, first of all, question.
Level 1 for sure for
I have
$500.
For sure.
$500. I want to know how many people are on the list. It's fair, right? Like they say, you put in your money to be on a list, but like if you're
But
one
then
of
everybody,
like
yeah, you
10,000 people, I just gave away
no, the list.
$500.
The list is usually about. See how it works is the list is usually about. It ain't that many people. It's not like thousands. It's not like thousands of people.
You're just making shit up.
How do you know? How do you know?
Because I've been down the rabbit hole years ago with cash gifting. It's usually and my mom always used to fall for stuff like this. So I've been around these scams. It's usually a small. The list isn't that big, and how you get money is it's just y'all all are just sending each other money. There's no money coming from anything other than y'all giving. You pay $500. He got $500 because the person paid $500 to get on the list. Now they're on the list that everybody in the program is going to send money to. And as your name moves up, determines when you get your money. So, what level do you guys want to come in at? Come on, John. This is a business.
I don't know if I get it.
You'll figure it out. Hey, once you get your first 500, you'll figure it out.
He's like, hey, just sign up. You'll get it.
Yeah,
You'll figure it out.
How much I have to spend? How much I have to spend before I get my first 500?
Don't worry about that. Just know you'll get it.
I'm worried about it.
But I'm worried about it.
For somebody to come on, just join.
So level 2 is 1,000. Level
that's
3.
Why it says when he says 500 to 3,500, 3,500 is the top level you can give at.
Damn.
That's why it's $500 to $3,500 a month, because somebody could pay you $3,500 to be number 1 on the list. 500 puts you at the bottom of the list.
Okay, but is it a cult?
Hey, no, it's a business.
Good answer.
We are a business.
You could pay $3,500 to get the top of the list, where you would then receive $500. Wants to get the bottom of the list.
No, you're not going to receive 500. You'll receive multiple. You'll either see your name just goes on the list. The name doesn't dictate the amount of money, the price. That just dictate who's getting the money first. So if somebody comes in, if your name is number 1 on the list and somebody pays $500 to get in, you're going to get $500. Or if they pay $3,500 to get in, you're going to get $3,500 or whatever is in between.
Right. But you're only going to get money from one person.
You sound interested. You sure you don't want to sign up?
I just have questions.
It's confusing. I'm so confused.
Just give me the 500 now, and I'll coach you along.
How far will
Dan-
Dan get with his $10?
Dan D wants to know what level is he on, bro? What is up?
He said he'll make a level eventually.
You sent it to the wrong
For
place.
this
Here, I'll give you my
cash.
cash app.
His level on payment installment, like a lifetime of installments.
Pennies. That's what I give.
Y'all don't want to make money.
When I see
Yeah.
something that's obviously confusing to be confusing on purpose, somehow, somewhere, someone is making money and grifting off of people, and I don't know. Even if it's just sticking it in a bank account that earns interest, and then everybody has to go and make transactions through the same bank account. I don't know. What is it?
Well,
Why do people do it?
All I know is the person that
Yeah.
creates it never had to pay to get on a list.
You know why they send? You know why they sending it through in those magazines and in cash and money order?
Because it's illegal to send them. It's illegal to send through the mail.
No, I just think people steal it.
People steal it, and they're avoiding taxes. If you find around that some
it
people
could be money laundering.
People just
couldn't
send.
it?
Usually, people send cash. You
Yeah.
rarely see a check or a money order. That's why it's usually big wads of cash.
Yeah, and if there's like dogs sniffing for large quantities of money, they might flag your package in the mail as suspicious. Like you could hide the scent of all of the cash and hide it better.
Oh, okay. Here's the scam.
Can't you wash your cash?
Okay, here it's cash. Here's the thing, because you're avoiding taxes because it's cash gifting. So you're not giving them $500. You're not buying anything for $500. You're giving somebody's $500 and a magazine.
Right.
So it's a gift.
Yeah. So you'll get a gift later because you're on the list.
It's a gift. No, but I'm saying, but that's why they call it. That's why the wording is cash gifting.
Yeah.
Right.
So they won't get taxed on it.
Sure.
So here's what I'm wondering. If I'm at the top of the list, right, and I'm gonna be the next person that gets a gift from someone that wants to get on the list, do I only get one person's gift, or
I don't know.
do
It
most
depends on
people?
what program you're in.
Okay, because I wouldn't want to pay $3,500 to get at the top of the list and only get the next person's gift.
Oh my god, are we still talking about this thing?
Because Dive Slobber really wants to join. We'll talk offline. I'll get you signed up after this.
All right, that's cool. But whenever you get me signed up, can I borrow some money?
I could gift you some.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm gonna need at least $500 to get you on the list.
Yeah.
All right. Well, behind you, or on the side, or whatever direction this goes, this is like in more detail the B.I.T.E model, which just is B.I.T.E, behavior control, information control, thought control, and emotional control. And so this is that finer definition I was talking about earlier, about more in detail of cults and why. I don't know. I want to have a discussion about the threshold of at what point does something not have to have everything on the list for us to still consider it a cult. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, people are going to want to make sure that they carve out what they're doing so it's not considered a cult because there's a taboo about being in a cult, right? So there's always the want that people are going to have to look at this list and be like, well, see, but that doesn't fit mine. That doesn't fit Jehovah's Witnesses. So we're not a cult.
They are a cult.
But I have said those words to people. Well, but it's not a cult because nobody holds me at gunpoint to be there.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
But not with the physical.
They hold your internal damnation.
And that was apparently the threshold that I was in my brain accepting as a good enough definition. So I'm just saying people can twist it to make it carve out what they're doing.
It's probably because I don't think cult is necessarily a bad thing. It's like how atheists used to being an atheist used to sound. Like it isn't anything. That's why people didn't. That's why people always say, "Well, I'm agnostic or I'm spiritual or non-religious," because atheist just sounds harsh because all the propaganda put around it through the years. So when people hear cult, they think, "Oh, I'm not a cult. That's that thing." No, you're a cult. You're definitely one. Doesn't mean you're bad, but you're definitely a cult. Y'all got a lot of cult behavior.
I do think that cults aren't necessarily not inherently bad. Like I think a cult could be not necessarily bad.
Yeah.
But as far as as far as what exactly is a cult or not, it's always been kind of a debate. Like, would you consider Jesus and his 13 apostles a cult?
Yes.
I would. Some people wouldn't.
That's what we're here for. That's so I mean I don't know that necessarily this is the best definition to use, but there's a lot of specific things in the information and behavioral control and all this thought and emotional control. But I think the point is that usually people don't feel it's ethical if somebody's being controlled or if you're controlling somebody, because the idea is that you don't really have their consent, right?
Well, the bigger question is how long till this here turns into a cult? Are we on the path to being a cult? Are we all here willingly by our own choice, or is Dr. Time Waster forcing us to be here?
As long as all the followers sleep with me, then we're good.
Well, get ready for that spray bottle, Dan, that you said you had earlier.
Let's see. There's a lot of information on that in here. Yeah, I mean, so what about your behavior being controlled? Is that something we're all okay with? I mean, we say that we don't think cults are always a bad thing, but is it because we're defining the ones that we don't think that are bad as not this definition?
Right. I don't know. I would need some examples to really go for. I mean, I would say a lot of people definitely do that.
Well, so there's like communes, like hippie communes that people talk about, where everybody lives on a farm and they make it sound like this wonderful thing, right? And here's the thing. There probably are versions of that might work for a brief period of time if you had the right amount of people and the right number of people. But the problem is none of those things ever last, right? Just because it worked. What was it? The village?
I think what happens is people are betting on people staying the same forever. So you betting on they're
aren't doing that.
Yeah, I know they're betting on say you go to a commune, everybody's betting on everybody's gonna continue want to operate the same way they did. If they say they in the commune for 10 years, they're expecting to be the same way they was year 1 and year 10. If people's desires and things are not going to change, which will change the dynamic of the thing. And then if you start to change it, then they say, hey, no, you can't change outside the dynamic of what this is supposed to be. And then they force you to stay in that same box. Then, yeah, that cult's getting kind of dangerous. Okay. All right.
I don't know what to say. I understand that feeling, though, whenever everybody is silent, brother.
Okay. All right. All right. I see how y'all doing. Okay. I remember that. Ryan, Stopper, Dr. Time Waster. Ever since I showed y'all, it's like that cash gifting thing. Y'all don't trust me no more. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you did lose a little credibility there. So no, I mean this is complex, I guess. And so now we're talking about morality. So And ethics and morality can honestly be, I think, different to different people. People have their own perception and understanding of what that is, and so it's going to be difficult for us to determine the best, what is good, what is bad. For a group of people, and this is what we're talking about, right? Like, cults are small groups of people, and the bigger group, the bell-shaped curve of the rest of humanity and society is going, hey, that's not like what we're doing, and we're concerned.
Yeah,
And
the
so
largest,
which one's right and which one's
the
wrong?
majority sets the rule.
They do, and they're not always right.
Yeah, I mean, always right, but because sometimes they disrupt a cult that's not doing anything bad just because it's different.
Right. Just because it fits a definition.
Like if you think about this, for example, Heaven's Gate, they didn't do anything to anybody.
They drained that one guy's bank account.
Well, they did do that.
That's the only thing I can really immediately think of, though.
Well, so we have a connotation of cults being a bad thing, because we associate the cult causing the individual harm. Now, I can think of situations, not groups of people who will, but individual situations where maybe controlling something for somebody else is in the moment the right thing to do because they might cause harm to themselves or other people, right? Like, we restrain people before they hurt, I don't know. But that is an ethical decision that the people in the moment or the people involved are making, and then that's depending on their perspective of what they think is good, and then it gets even more complicated.
Life is complex.
Life is complex, and that's why we have a difficult time even just in this stupid hangout to just decide the definition of a cult.
Listen,
and if it's good or bad.
Listen, guys. In this complex life that we live, wouldn't you love to make $500 to $3,500 a month just by sitting at home and receiving mail?
Yes, brother.
I mean, I would also like there to
that?
be a paradise that I get to go to after I die because I've been good.
Okay.
Doesn't make it true.
It does make it true.
I don't know. I'm just saying, we generally think of controlling people's behaviors not a great thing, and something that I think is appropriate to only do in very, very remote, few and special circumstances when there's a concern of harm involved, right? When there's harm involved, and draining somebody's bank account, not letting people leave, or making it so that people can't leave for reasons that because you are manipulating them, I would consider that all a form of control. And usually those are things that are without people's consent. You want to be domed? Fine. You go find somebody to do it. If somebody goes and finds a cult because they love cults and they want to join them and this is like their thing, that's fine. They know what they're probably getting into. They've shopped around, maybe.
I don't think people
But
shop.
that's not usually what happens, and that's not what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, true.
On the whole.
Because the average person isn't shopping for some cult to get in. They either born into it or get tricked in without knowing that this is like extra weird, and before they know it, they knee deep in it. And now they're just waiting for the mothership to come get them.
People do get involved in cults knowingly, though. Like in like
me
cults,
with you.
there are cults that are open about being cults. Like, I don't know if on TikTok y'all have seen Grimes, that audio of Grimes saying, or let's see, it's Nardwar.
Who?
In Nardwar interviewing Grimes.
You're
That's
saying words I don't understand.
Two very weird words. But he says, "Who is I can't remember it. I can't remember the name of the third person he mentions. It's probably a normal name. But he's like, "Who is this?" And she says, "Oh, he's my muse, and he's the leader of the cult that I'm in." And so she's openly in this cult that they're all acknowledging as a cult, and also Jared Leto's cult that they all acknowledge as a cult. Like people knowingly get
I want a
involved.
cult now. I guess it's the trendy thing to do, right?
You'll get one.
We were talking about
Become
one
known
before the
enough
show.
for people to join your cult. Everybody join your cult, man.
If that was my cult, yeah, I probably would get a lot of I'd probably get a lot of followers.
Yep.
I bet I'd follow you.
Think about it. We all kind of
I will
starting our
follow
own.
you.
TikTok, we just all making our own little cults.
I think Dr. Time Waster just founded her own cult just
What?
now. The three of us following her.
Yeah.
Who?
And Dr. Time Waster.
No, what you say before that?
That she just founded a cult just now.
No, you said something in between that and that.
Oh my
The
God.
three of us are going to be
Oh,
her
that's
followers.
what you said. Okay.
Three of us.
I didn't know what you said. I said, like, did he say Weebus or what did he say?
Weebus.
Yeah, what is Weebus? Yeah,
Weebus be her followers.
Weebus. We waste time everywhere we go.
When you're hanging out with me, that's all you're gonna do. So
I know, because here we are talking
Waste
about.
time.
Why waste time when you can make $500 to $3,500?
no thanks. I'd rather spend it on something else.
I thought the whole
Anything
deal
else?
was that I would be making $3,500 a month by doing nothing but wasting time.
True.
Go for it. Well, I don't know. So I mean, I think a lot of this stuff is a pretty good definition of what I would consider a high control situation. And I believe if we were to probably actually read this, we would probably find out that there's definitions within this as far as like, again, it being applied to a group and then a charismatic leader seems to be the key. And the fact that it is then defined as extreme ideologies that are attached to cults, maybe that's kind of more of the key. I guess technically they don't define cults as being harmful, so we can't use ethics, I guess, to define it. So I don't know, extreme ideology, what is that then? What is an extreme ideology?
Oh, I guess, is it the expectation? What they're expecting from you is extreme?
Well, so to go back to Heaven's Gate, their extreme ideology involved them having to die in order to be beamed up to a spaceship to go be with God?
No, it was different.
Just an alien.
Different plane of living.
Oh, okay.
Think about the episode of Star Trek Voyager, Elimination. Elimination. Elimination.
Elimination.
You know what I'm talking about? Where Harry switched place with that person.
When Harry met Sally.
And they was going. Well, on their planet, they get put in this little thing, and they think they're going to the next life, but they're really just going to an asteroid.
Oh,
their body's just riding on the asteroid,
right?
And Voyager crew was on there, and Harry got swapped back with them,
right? And so everybody basically kills themselves.
Yeah, willingly. They kill themselves willingly to go to the next thing because she killed to
go somewhere better, but really they just get cocooned onto a moon somewhere on another side of the galaxy or something.
Yeah, because she had like something that was, I guess, like a tumor or something that was killing her on her planet, and then but when she went to Voyager, they was able to fix her. And she was.
Y'all are talking about an episode of Star Trek?
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Why not?
What else would we be talking about? I'm hoping people are actually reading this in the background.
An episode of Star Trek that was basically the plot of Heaven's Gate, the Heaven's Gate cult.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
Pretty much the same thing. But it wasn't really. It was touching on that, but it kind of touched on just like everybody, like even in just regular Christianity, it's the same belief. It's just a different outcome. People think they die here and they go live an extra life there. If it's gay, you die here and you go to the next plane of living. Same thing.
I mean, I would have to agree that if I'm to believe that Heaven's Gates beliefs are extreme and that's what makes them a cult, then how is it really all that different than God being a baby and a human and then living as a man and then you're gonna go up and 144,000?
I think probably my greatest frustration is the fact that they can't understand. Like, not some people can, but the ones that need deep, they just can't understand how. I'm like, dude, it's just as crazy as the thing over there. How can you not see it? And my thing is like this: if you just say that, then I'll be fine. Okay, at least you know it's out there.
I think that's what we're here talking about, though. And maybe you had stepped out earlier, but I was saying that part of why this is important for me to go through is because I don't want to get taken advantage of again by something else, right? And so I think that's what we're here to talk about, so that we can all make sure that we're not falling into another trap and then not seeing it. I can think of several of my own family members who are doing exactly that thing where they are just so deep in their religious beliefs. Now, Trumpism is also like a cult. We should talk about the Trump cult because wow. Yeah. But I'm not deep in enough on the in of that to know how they interact with each other and how they treat each other.
I got them on right now.
That the way they act in public. So
Ryan, I got them on right now.
You got his gold shoes?
They on right now.
Let me see. Let me see.
Shoes so ugly.
Click them 3 times.
3 times and my skin turns just orange.
Yeah.
Never playing a living, man. I don't know, but everything's a cult. They suck.
Life's a cult.
Yeah, I'm stuck in this thing.
So you had said something earlier that, well, now that I'm saying it, I'm like losing my thought. But, damn it! Now I did lose my thought. I was just kidding.
Damn it! Just like that
earlier, and it made me think of this. So I'll just have to come up with it. I'll have to think of it again. Anyway,
it'll come to you after. It'll come to you 2 hours after you lay it, and you're like, that's what it was.
That's what happens when you partake in Jehovah's creation.
Mm-hmm.
Not your time wasting.
Yeah. So I would like to look at this list just quickly and say, what if the definition of a cult, other than meeting the group criteria and having maybe an extreme belief system or ideology, a charismatic leader, like none of those things sound terrible. I think what we're thinking of, and maybe what this is trying to define it, is like a high controlling group or a high controlling religion. A cult, like we're using them maybe interchangeably, but what if the definition of a cult is just one of each of these things? Like, can you think of one of them?
When and how and with whom the member has sex?
Like, if that was the only thing in it, would you feel like that still defines it as a cult? As far as behavior control?
In my mind, yeah.
So, like, if it had one item of all the B.I.T.E, is there any combination that you'd be like, nah, they're not, that's not a cult. But they have one of everything.
If you had one of everything.
Honestly, I think
category.
If they just had controlled types of clothing and hairstyle, that makes sense, depending on what you're doing.
But then they also would have one of these.
Okay, they have that, and
this is a menu now. What do you want?
Right?
Cult?
Choose your own adventure. Pick
What
your
kind of
cult.
cult do you want?
What's
It
the
is fun.
nicest cult, the least culty cult we can come up with?
Now,
So we've
what
got.
cult do you want to be in? Is what I want.
Well, we've picked the control types of
Oh, I
clothing
got
and
one.
hairstyle.
The control types of clothes and hairstyle. Then it imposed the buddy system to monitor and control member. That's the military.
Which one is that? Which number?
Oh, 3. No. 4 and 4. A.
4A.
Mhm.
Encourage spying on other members. Okay. I mean, even if you just take the top thing.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I just read the A. I didn't read that part.
We'll just say
Spying-
any one of these
spying-
things. But
Spying signs so
okay.
devious. I was thinking impose a buddy system to monitor and control members. That's pretty much the military.
Ooh,
Well,
do
there's
that.
more.
Do that with a sex cult, so you and your buddy all the time.
Monitoring? Making sure
Monitoring
you what?
Are spying
each
on
other.
other members.
No, you're just monitoring each
separation
other.
of families, imprisonment, murder. Is prison a cult? Probably. Who knows?
I can't really
Prison?
help because
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
I can't
Oh.
read this on my screen.
The internal politics of how prison works, not the
Okay.
implication of prison.
I'm going with controlling types of clothing and hairstyle. And then we're going to go with spying, encouraging spying on other members. And then we'll pick one of the thought and emotional.
Oh, I didn't know it was more.
This is one of each category. This is your cult. This is your choose your adventure. Keep going. Change their name and identity. Now it's the witness protection program.
Yes. Yep. Now it's safe. Now we're looking after you.
Make it. I'm sorry. I just created your special.
And then you let's see.
There's more.
Oh no! Oh, I was gonna say at the very top. Some emotions and needs are deemed as evil. So, what are the other ones that we're doing?
Which number on the motion control?
The first one.
Oh, manipulate.
Number 1.
I see. And we didn't pick one over here yet, did we?
Yeah, we 2.
Oh, I picked 2.
Change the person.
Wait, what is it? Change person's name and identity. I don't know. I was thinking. Actually, I'm not
I
going to say.
called it slipping, man.
Never mind about what I'm thinking. Actually.
Anyway, I guess I'm just trying to say, like, we can think of the most minimum possible way that we could define a cult, and can we still see it as a cult if it was a group that, what was it? Manipulated and narrow the range of feelings. Some emotions or needs are deemed evil, wrong, and selfish.
I feel
You
like
make them
that.
change their name and identity. You control what they wear and hairstyles, and then you encourage them to spy on each other.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty deceitful. I mean, that's highly toxic. It's not like a minor little
Did y'all spy on each other?
thing. Yeah, I mean, in ways we did.
Kinda.
Yeah, we were self-reporting.
Did you do some self-reporting? You spied on yourself?
I never did. I was no rat. I ain't no rat. No.
Even if we change the spying to something else, like let's say they're compartmentalized information, insiders versus outsiders. Now it's like, now it's definitely the Trump.
Oh gosh,
dress the same. They've all got aliases on the internet. Anyways, I'm just so, even if we make
they
it
meet on Thursday nights
in white hats.
Yeah. So I don't know. I would we say, like, the more it hits these, the worse it is, or the more culty it is?
The more it hits these, what do you like? The more,
I mean, like, the more boxes you can check
Yeah,
as you
tick,
go down,
yeah.
right? Like,
Well, yeah,
like
the
which
more
one? How
Yeah.
many of these does Jehovah's Witnesses fit?
it sounds like
Well,
all of them.
Oh
Not all of
boy.
them, but
Not
several.
diet.
not all of them.
Pretty much.
I mean, okay.
Let's read through those behaviors and tell me
I
one.
would have
No,
to
let's
agree
go.
as we
No,
read
you
through
know.
some of them.
No, let's go through and let's see. Let's see. Since
Oh
you just
God,
see,
you
yeah.
want to go?
Let's go through and see. Look at that. Regulate individual physical reality.
I mean, that's
Does Jehovah
every
do
religion,
that?
yes.
Dictate where, how, and with whom the members live and associate
Yep.
or isolates. When, how, and when who the member has sex with. Controls types of clothing and hairstyle. Regulate diet, food, and hunger and fasting. Manipulate, deprive of sleep. Do y'all get deprived of sleep?
Do we regulate diet?
I was gonna say we're not allowed to eat blood. Does that count as regulating our diet?
Regulating your diet.
Wait, you're not allowed to eat blood. We were allowed to eat blood.
Y'all for sure manipulated
eat
and
blood.
deprived of sleep in those long services.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Financial exploitation, yup.
Yep.
Restriction, leisure, entertainment, yup.
Yep.
Major time with group and yup.
Yep.
Permission required for major, yup. Reward and punishment, yup. Except
Rape,
yup.
yep.
Yup.
Torture,
Murder,
yep.
And for pretty much almost everything. Y'all was in deep. Look at it. You're trying to convince us that it's not.
Yeah,
You're a secret agent of Jehovah.
They even convinced me that all that torture and rape didn't happen.
Is spanking considered corporal punishment?
Yep.
Yeah, I think it is.
Don't try to deny it, Dr. Tomlins. You.
They have torture in here twice.
The service alone is torture.
What is it? Are you trapped? Oh, you're trapped. Hold on, my cat's trapped.
Oh wow, is there a scale? Is there a culty scale?
They're an 8.5.
Sorry. My kitty was telling me that the doors got shut on him, so.
Is it like the Richter scale where it like doubles with every point in intensity?
I mean,
scale. Well, we're talking about a comment that
I get uncomfortable when I notice everybody starting to agree with me.
I'm not agreeing with you. I'm asking you: are these boxes all checked too?
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't talking about that. I was just saying that in general.
What?
Like when I feel like everybody's doing this, I'm like, this feels weird now.
Oh,
too many people doing this.
I'm just letting you know I'm right. I wouldn't check all of these boxes.
I would.
So you would.
I would check every single one of them. I found a way to. If they can make all that stuff work, I can make this fit them any way I want. Torture.
What's the difference between beating and corporal punishment?
You beating them. You're not punishing them. You're not necessarily punishing them. You're just beating them just cause.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm not sure I would click every box, but how about the other side? Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look, there's a dog on the screen.
Information control. You mean like them controlling the information on how much we can trust if evolution is a
that book we read?
Yeah. Were you here for any of the blood discussion? I think you missed the blood discussion.
I missed the blood discussion, yes.
But it was all of this.
Brother Dobbs Stopper didn't want to get tempted.
To make it more acceptable and say that there's alternatives where there are not alternatives.
Brother Dobbs Stopper didn't want to be tempted by the blood. He said if you talk about blood, he's gonna get the itch to get a transfusion.
It's tempting.
He's been what? How many years you been clean now getting blood transfusion?
I used to be addicted to getting blood transfusions. As soon as I gave up being a Jehovah's Witness,
that's all I wanted to do.
I used to get a blood transfusion every week.
Did they tell y'all a lot of horror stories about blood transfusions?
Well, I mean, I know I always heard about people getting AIDS and stuff from it.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Oh yeah, that was the hot one.
Okay. Since we brought that up, I just want to say something. When we were talking about the blood transfusion thing, I do remember being younger and the idea that if like they might force me as a child to get a blood transfusion, and they made that so terrifying that I would get forced to have a blood transfusion. And in your mind you're picturing them like tying you down and forcing this blood into, like, I don't know.
Right.
And so you were already groomed to be afraid that this was something that, like, at any moment could happen to you. And yet at the same time, when we watched some of those videos, we didn't watch the videos. I'm sorry, I talked about them. I wasn't sure if we could play them. But there was 2 videos we had talked about, and one was where both at medical facilities, and one where a Jehovah's Witness on the health liaison committee or whatever was invited to this healthcare facility to talk about Jehovah's Witnesses and blood transfusions specifically. And he basically said the words, we know we can't stop you if you force our children to get blood transfusions legally, but we ask that you please don't do that. And basically it was like, we know you're going to just do it anyway. It didn't really put up like a big fight about it. And then later, the other video we had watched was from Seattle Children's, and they had a different perspective, and they were talking about, essentially, if you do force them to have it, that's what they're banking on. That's what they're hoping, because that's the only way their child will live, and they won't get punished because it was out of their hands, because legally the evil Satan government forced my child to have a blood transfusion. And so on the one hand, the healthcare liaison committee is basically priming families who have children to be like, hey, don't push back too hard. They're going to do what they're going to do. It's okay. And they're trying to backpedal some of that, while we grew up being terrified we were going to be forced to have a blood transfusion. And so it's an utter disaster for one thing. But it is absolutely just, I think, an evolution. I think we're seeing a real-time evolution of the harmful doctrines that they've had, and how they're trying to kind of backpedal out of it because it's causing more harm than good. Or they're legally going to be forced to do something about it. But anyway, I didn't mean to totally change the topic. I've been thinking about.
How dare you change the topic?
What was that on the information? Where were we at on that? Where did it fit on that list?
Well, once again, I'm reminded why I'm glad I was a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah, all the diseases we could catch.
Yeah, you're gonna get all the diseases.
That's a weird way to come up to me.
Which,
I just don't remember religion being this weird.
Oh, I have no memories of it not being this weird.
I mean, true.
Unfortunately,
I don't remember. Again, that's probably because it wasn't really didn't play that much part in my life. But I just remember not being. I'm never just unbothered. It was just, oh man.
You weren't forced to do it though.
I know. I wasn't forced to participate in it.
And I think we all have experienced like the you have to do it anyway kind of thing, and so we have different coping mechanisms.
And also again, Baptist church is totally different than how y'all operate.
True.
Y'all operate very strict and rigidly. You've seen the sermons. It's a great time. I don't mind going to a Baptist church. I have a great time in there.
The only thing I ever learned about other churches was whatever the Jehovah's Witness organization told us, and it was usually designed to make the other ones seem dumb, stupid, a waste of time, a scam.
They're right.
We have the truth, the only one.
Y'all do have the truth, the new truth.
It's not even worth looking into anything else.
Truth.
Yeah, but it's
we knew all we needed to know about
It's like the episode of King of Hill, where Hank finds out that he been paying for sucker price for the car, which he paid sticker price, and Peggy thought he was getting a special deal, but he was getting tricked. It was never a special deal, but he thought it was a special deal. So, but he was because he was so trusting in people. Like Peggy said, so where did you buy our washer from? You didn't shop around? He said, no, I let such and such down at the thing do my comparative shopping for me. And he swore to me this was the best price he could find.
Oh no, he was just a sucker.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
Damn.
I love King of Hill. I had that.
Yeah, it's a good show.
I found boxes of cassette tapes that my father had recorded of like meetings, talks, conventions, like hours. And when they did their conventions, it was like a week long and it was like 10-hour days or something. Like you thought it took up our time now. They used to take up all people's time. Maybe they didn't have as much to do. I don't know, but it was a different time. They didn't have cell phones. But anyways,
For a second I thought you said you found me in your mom's tapes. I was like, whoa.
I thought that was where you guys met while my dad was recording. Sorry.
Okay.
If you guys don't know, he likes to tell your mom jokes, and I think they're funny. So,
I like your mom jokes.
Hey, Daddy.
I like your mom jokes too.
And that's what she said. That's also another one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just comes natural. Sometimes I say that's what one of my things I say now is nobody ever remembers that Hillary Duff commercial where like she was like, you know how people kind of use gay, how we was in the 90s, how we just kind of everything was just gay.
Yes,
And
Yeah.
it was commercial. It was commercial Hillary Duff, but it was in some store. She summed that and she said da 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 da. And I just kept every time somebody would say it, now anytime I hear it, that's the first thing I say. Hillary Duff said don't say that.
Yep.
Hillary Duff said don't say that. And that's what
it
inadvertently made me stop saying it. Because all I think about is Hillary Duff telling me not to say it.
Right.
And whatever Hillary Duff says.
You do it, Hillary.
Go, Hillary.
Oh, I'll do whatever Hillary Duff tells me to do.
I bet you would.
That's
he would do it. Any beautiful woman could tell you what to do. Am I wrong?
I don't even know if they have to be beautiful, to be honest with you.
Come on.
Well, you heard it here, folks.
You say we here all night, folks?
Huh?
What?
Oh, yes. That's what she said.
Oh, okay.
That's what she said.
Anyways, I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know if this was useful to anyone but us, but
It's always useful.
Well, everyone just remember B.I.T.E. And you can remember everything we talked about, or not. You can just remember,
or read it seriously.
Or just remember.
I want to go do some chanting now.
Okay. Anything in particular, or just because you like the way it makes you feel?
Mama say, mama sa, mama kusa.
Oh, that's a good. I could see that.
What does that mean? Something?
I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah,
I just don't know what it is.
I don't know.
It means mom spoke, she witnessed, and something else.
Oh.
Hmm.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it sounded like you was just pulling it out your butt.
I was gonna say it sounded like you were onto something.
Yeah. So I can make anything can sound like something.
I know. I was gonna say I'm the worst person to ask about song lyrics because if I can't read the words that they're singing, my ears will hear a slightly different word or it sounds like gibberish, and my brain just fills in the gaps. And so I'll be singing not the right lyrics for my whole life and not actually ever once pay attention to the fact that it makes no sense whatsoever because it's art, it's poetry, and it never makes sense.
I've heard that before.
We had a VP when I was working my corporate job a couple years ago. Came in, he's trying to motivate the company, and he played Jolene's song, that Dolly Parton, Jolene.
Jolene.
And he was using the song in a way trying to say that he was using it like how a way to motivate you, be more like Jolene, because Dolly Parton is giving up. When you motivate, do your job. And my first thought was that because you said the man was the job, and Jolene and Dolly Parton were the employees. And my first thought was, well, to me, it sounds like they should just get rid of the job. But everybody else, like, yeah, that means that's deep. Yeah, they fighting for it. I said, no, that sounds like a person that they both just need to leave the job alone. Well, let them have it.
Do you know, I've heard the song Jolene like so many times, but never once, I think, did I pay attention to the actual lyrics. So I'll go do that now.
Oh yeah, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. I remember we couldn't listen to that song.
Oh yeah.
Harry Christina.
Huh?
It says Harry Christina.
Only song I
it's
couldn't
supposed to be Hare Krishna.
The only song I couldn't sing in the house was Play That Funky Music, White Boy.
Did you lay down and boogie?
She didn't. My grandma didn't like. I don't know why she. Well,
I thought it said fucking. Play that fucking music, white boy.
Yeah, my grandma was funny about that because she's a quadroon herself.
A quadroon, huh?
Yeah.
We were not talking about that on live. We were talking about that before, I believe.
Yeah. She's multiracial. Well, she was multiracial.
What?
She's like.
Well, anyways, we've been here for an hour.
Yeah, I've been here for an hour.
I don't know how successful we were at convincing anybody what is and isn't a cult, but
I was gonna say this particular group is 3/4 Massa. Tyler.
This is a quadroon. This is about the makeup of her.
Wait, no. I'm going now.
And canceled. All right, guys.
Can't cancel me. It's Black History Month.
But thank you everybody for coming. I appreciate it. I had a good time.
I think we'll
God's
talk about
talking behind you,
next
Ryan.
time. And
God's talking behind you, Ryan. What do you got to say before we go? What is he saying back there?
Oh, okay. All people are created. Wait, what? Oh shit. Okay, I gotta go. Bye.